Take two. Good afternoon, guys. It's Colby Lawson here, back at it again with another reaction video. And the weather's okay. Well, it's not bad, but it does look like it's gonna rain up here in Connecticut. But it does look like it's gonna rain because it's supposed to up in Connecticut. Severe thunderstorm possible. You know, the whole 9 yards. Today we got another reaction video. Um, um, this one is from Ruined Leon, one of the most goated content creators of all time. You know, now, as always, the topic of the video is these uncivilized animals that love to attack anyone that's against Karmelo Anthony. We know how those folks operate. They're wild, fatherless animals that have no support system. You know, they've been raised, in violent areas. Their whole lifestyle revolves around violence. Their whole way of life is violence. That's all they know because they've been exposed to that kind of lifestyle, that kind of garbage for so long that it's the only thing they know. It's all they know how to do is be violent. You know, a lot of them do work, but really all they know is being violent and relying off of government assistance, just to make a living. Though to be honest, more and more people you know, are starting to rely on the government for assistance because the government's cutting a lot of things. But that's really for another day. That's besides the point. The whole different can of worms. These people, though, they just abuse just about anything and everything. These folks are violent people. They can and will attack you. They make the Trioxin zombies look friendly from Return of the Living Dead, and that's saying a lot considering that those things usually just attack without any sort of provocation, just for brains. They're already smart. They don't need no more brains, man. We know why they attack for brains. But these people, they're like those cannibals from Wrong Turn. Um, at least the first one, because that was the best one. That will always be the best. They attack without mercy continue, just to continue, supporting their disgusting lifestyle because that's all they know, and these folks are no different. Now, as you can see, this guy is going around, trying to get info out of Karmelo Anthony supporters, those godforsaken animals that we are supposed to refer to as human beings, and unfortunately, he keeps getting bullied by people from a completely different race and even similar and even the same race, except more of the people that are bullying him, threatening him, acting all tough against him just happen to be the exact same race as the folks who, are known for their uncivilized, unquelled violence against each other and anyone else, and with an eyesight, an earshot. You guys know the details. These folks are just wild animals. I could go on and on all goddamn day about how disgusting these lowlifes are, but I think I've made my point. I've made my point in several previous videos, some of which I haven't even uploaded because reasons. Mostly because I upload stuff when I get around to it, So these people, he's going around trying to get people's perspectives on the Karmelo Anthony situation. And rather than these people being civil, which they're expected to be, considering that they're in our country, even if they were born here or are born here, they decide to act like wild animals, trying to prove there's something that they're not. well, I mean, they are wild, uncivilized animals, but they're not tough people. They're cowards. When you have to constantly prove to people that you're this tough guy going around, trying intimidating people in the whole 9 yards, you're not really tough. You're insecure and you're a coward. You're an insecure coward. These watermelon felon supporters, we know what they are. We know what they are. We may not know who exactly they are personally, but we know what they are. You know, and they have a nerve to complain about white supremacy and all that other, you know, um, all that other, you know, how do I say this? All that other, that anti-white people propaganda that these folks just eat up. You know, it's so stupid. It really is. It's so pathetic it's so pathetic to just like base your whole life around your whole identity around hating people of a different race. While trying to come off as innocent. That's not how things work. But let's let Ruin Leon cook as always.
All right, so I've heard a lot about justice for Karmelo, right?
Yeah. Justice for Karmelo. I would have. Why? Hey, I would have did it to him. I promise I would have. I would have did it to him.
But why?
I would have did it to him and his brother.
Okay, but for what reason?
Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Them little boys came looking for trouble.
Okay.
When you come looking for trouble, you don't know what come going.
Sure.
You don't know what outcome. You rob a bank. You don't know if you're gonna get the money.
Wait, somebody robbed a bank?
Hold on. Listen, real quick.
Man, you want to play dumb, man.
Listen.
No, I'm trying.
No.
No, I want to hear. Yeah. Let's talk about it. All right.
You can record it.
Yeah. No, I want to.
You rob a
get
bank,
insight,
right? You rob a
Yeah.
bank, right? You might get the money. You might go to jail. You might be dead, right?
Right.
You wrong, mother. It's the same way. Them boys were looking for trouble. You know what happened? He got stabbed and he died because he went looking for trouble.
It's funny that he mentions that because these exact same folks be doing the exact same thing. They rob people, armed robbery. They shoot folks, especially each other. They do all this violent, evil stuff, and when they die, either doing it or they die in prison, wherever just so happens to be, so people claim that they're innocent and, oh, our son didn't do this, that's not, our son was an angel, our son never meant to hurt nobody, and all that other bullcrap that their parents and other folks like to push out, and say when when one of these folks die from the very horrible lifestyle that they keep living. For those who have played Red Dead Redemption, the first one, y'all will definitely know where I'm going with this one. Where I'm going with what I'm about to say. Remember when John Marston's son, and spoilers for anyone who hasn't played, I meant to say that. I should have said that before I started. I should have said that beforehand, but hey, spoilers. If you haven't played Red Dead Redemption, don't even skip this part. Just skip this part. Okay, skip this part until you play it and completely finish the whole game. You don't have to finish the side quest. Just do the main story and then the story after that, because there's two stories. There's John Marston, and then after his death, there's Jack Marston. So until you do both characters in the game, do not just skip this part. Just skip this part until and if you haven't played Red Dead Redemption already, the first one. Second one also counts because it's a prequel to Red Dead Redemption to the first one. Now, getting back to John Marston. After John Marston died, Jack Marston took over, wanting revenge against the Pinkertons, specifically Edgar Ross for killing his father. So he went out to find Edgar Ross, and when he confronted Edgar Ross about killing his father, about the death of his father, Edgar Ross had said this. He said, so let me make it a little more specific or simple. Jack Marston had said to Edgar Ross, "You killed my father." Edgar Ross, of course, snapped back. I mean, with no f's, with no fucks given, just nonchalantly, which is pretty much accurate to his character. Anyway, pretty much, it's not out of character for him. He said, "Your father killed himself with the life he lived," which is absolutely very true. While Edgar Ross did have John Marston killed and filled with bullets after using him, which is pretty cold, but not exactly surprising when it comes to Edgar Ross. You know, um, John Marston's way of life, the whole outlaw lifestyle, caused his death. Because if he had gotten out of that lifestyle earlier, and honestly, he was trying to get out of that lifestyle just like John Wick, but he ended up getting right back into it. He ended up getting right back into it anyway. He ended up getting right back into it anyway. He was pulled right back into it. And so, yeah, Edgar Ross definitely had a point, even if he was a jerk ass. He definitely had a point. And that still applies to reality today. These folks, these animals, they get themselves killed with the life that they live. These folks want to act all tough. They want to do all that stuff. They want to kill each other over the smallest little things, even over territory that is not theirs. But everyone's so surprised when they die. Especially them. They're also surprised when they die. Some of them do genuinely accept that the lifestyle that they live caused them to be in in a life or death situation. But a lot of them just can't seem to accept that. They just keep wondering what went wrong. Well, a ton of things went wrong. The main thing is the lifestyle that you were living. But these folks will never accept that, unfortunately. These folks, they can't accept that lifestyle. They have to, how do I say this? They have to play dumb. They have to play dumb and wonder what went wrong when they know damn well what led to their final moments. Or something crazy to happen. These folks play dumb all the time, and they expect you to completely ignore that. But honestly, I don't even understand why we keep the fact that we have to keep reminding these people of the lifestyle that they live and support. It gets annoying after a while. But well, someone's got to do it.
That's self-defense, motherfucker.
That's not self-defense. When you go to rob a bank and the police, the federal government, a lot of folks from the government show up, especially the feds. When they show up, they give you clear, strict instructions to stop the crime that you are committing, to stop committing the crime that you are committing, and to just give up, to come quietly and accept that you've been caught and you're going to be punished for it. Make it easy on yourself. Don't get yourself killed over paper. I mean, and also they also have to worry about the innocent people that are going to get caught in the crossfire and that are potentially going to die because of that. you know, because the lives of innocent folks are in danger, and not just civilians that are caught, at the worst possible time by an armed and dangerous criminal, but also police officers, who could easily be killed by that criminal, you know. So they give you an opportunity to just give up what you're doing and to come quietly. If not, they'll kill you. Usually they have to try to, use non-lethal methods to, get you to take you. Except they don't always work. So they'll end up killing you if you make the wrong move. That is what's called the consequences of your actions. Actions have consequences. The Bible made that very clear. God made and Jesus made that very clear in the Bible. And people still don't get it. When you rob a bank, you are knowingly putting your life at risk because what you're doing is putting innocent people in danger, it's putting innocent lives at risk, and you're also stealing a large amount of money from not just the government but a bunch of innocent people as well. And you're also making things harder for innocent people who already work their butts off. So you're already causing a bunch of trouble you're already, you know, you're already you're already taking that risk. You know, what I mean by that, I'm sorry, sometimes I do misspeak. um by robbing a bank, you are knowingly putting your life and the lives of innocent people at risk. You are putting them in danger because now their lives are in your hands. And the cops and the feds now have to get involved and have to hope to God they don't end up shooting the wrong person. And they also have to hope to God that there's no collateral damage in the process of getting you or killing you, whichever one ends up happening. And unfortunately, they usually have to exhaust all non-lethal methods before resorting to killing you. So it's only going to make things worse. So you are putting your life and the lives of innocent people in danger, if I haven't already said that enough times. Just to drive the point further, to hopefully, in the hopes that people get it through their thick skulls. Okay? When you do that, there are consequences to that. Which, again, it's called the consequences of your actions. Karmelo Anthony did not do that in self-defense. He didn't kill someone in self-defense. He straight up murdered someone because he knew exactly what he was doing. He was talking a bunch of crap. He instigated the issue. He instigated people. And no one harmed him. At most, he was apparently pushed, which isn't much. I mean, yeah, that would probably make anyone immediately resort to violence when you physically, when the people feel like they were disrespected, or if they somehow feel genuinely in danger from being pushed, which I guess depends on the situation, the context, of course. But he wasn't harmed. He was not harmed at all. He was just talking a bunch of crap to folks, and then he pulled out a utility knife, and stabbed the dude in the heart, and stabbed Austin in the heart. Not in self-defense, but murder. Just straight up murder, cold-blooded murder. You can't defend that. There may be good lawyers out there who will literally try to protect the criminal, since that's pretty much their entire job as criminal lawyers, which honestly disgusts me. But it does make sense because there are innocent people who often who often end up in a courtroom instead of people who actually did something evil and deserve punishment. However, you know, however, he was not Karmelo Anthony was not innocent. He's friggin' guilty, and he's gonna be serving 35 years of his life in prison. And that's if he makes it in prison. I'm not sure if he's gonna get out on good behavior or parole or what, but he's probably gonna die in prison anyway. I mean, it doesn't sound good. I mean, that's what he deserves. That's what he deserves. Heck, he deserves to drop the soap every day in prison for the remainder of his sentence. But, he probably might die in prison. He probably will. There are probably inmates in the prison. He in the prison hunting him down for whatever reasons they may want to. There's a lot of reasons people get killed. Inmates get killed by other inmates in prison. Sometimes inmates take their own lives. It just depends. But there's a possibility that he may get killed in prison. And there's nothing you can really do about that. I mean, what are you going to do? Get mad at the inmate who did it? Because mind you, those inmates do not care. There are a lot of inmates that do have standards. There are inmates that have families. There are a lot of times where inmates do, have remorse and end up trying to change. So they can avoid going back to prison. So they can avoid having to go back there after getting out of there. But sometimes they will just throw all of that away and understandably attack inmates that harmed innocent people. Because they do have standards. I mean, let's not pretend that Karmelo Anthony is just going to live for 35 years in prison and come out A-OK. There's a ton of things that happen in prison, directly or indirectly, and there's a possibility he may die in there. That's just how things are. If you don't like it, that's your problem. But honestly, he deserves it. He deserves far worse than that, in my honest opinion. He really does. I mean, it's a fact at this point. He deserves far worse than that. But there are, unfortunately, limits to the punishment, the extent of the punishments, the severity of the punishment that can be delivered to a minor in Texas. Unfortunately. That commits a violent crime, let me make that clear, that commits a violent crime such as murder. That's what I mean. I should have said that, but for some reason I didn't. Now I said it, okay? But hey, it is what it is,
You
man.
can't see that between your little ass brain, motherfucker.
Okay, of course. See, and that's what I'm talking about. These people like to act tough. They should know that they're on camera. So, if you don't want to end up in prison for doing the wrong thing, which of course is attacking an innocent person for simply asking for your perspective on things, then you shouldn't be doing this. You should not be acting like this. Because that just makes you not a person to be respected. People don't respect that kind of shit. We especially in our country, we don't respect that shit. No, we condemn that shit. Not caring about what the condemned asshole is feeling. Because what are they going to do? Cry about it some more? Come on, man. Get your shit together. Get this through your tiny little skull, you watermelon felon supporter. You may think you're tough, but you are not. You are not. Because think about it. If you treated the wrong person like that, you would have got your ass kicked on camera. And honestly, I was hoping that would be the case. So, if I were you, I would stop acting like that on camera before you find yourself pissing off the wrong person. And there is nothing you gonna say or do. You just gonna wish you never did. See, Mike Tyson was right when he said social media made people way too comfortable, to talk shit without talk shit. Because a lot of people don't see these kinds of folks. don't seem, to be wary. These people haven't gotten punched in the face enough times, and that's if they got punched in the face. You know, these people need their asses beat, like they really do, for this kind of behavior. A belt would have solved this problem straight up. Not always, but a lot of the time it would have.
Do I have to tell you? I have to whisper it to you?
So,
You want me to whisper it to you?
no,
You want me to whisper it to you?
you can talk in.
You want me to whisper it to you?
Well, you're.
Come on, bud. If you're gonna do something, then do something. Don't try to intimidate an innocent man. Do something about it. Come on. Who you think you fooling? You ain't tough. See, these kinds of folks bring out the worst in me. Like, they really piss me off. These folks think they all that, and he should know he's on camera. So, if a police officer walks up to this man and has a warrant for his arrest, he's cooked. Do the wrong thing, and you're gonna find yourself with Karmelo Anthony in prison. And you better hope he has mercy on you. Because if he don't, you gone. You cooked. You think he care about you? He don't. He don't. He clearly killed and he murdered someone who was innocent, which that's what murder is. When you take the life of an innocent human being, it's murder, because you're not supposed to do that. It's just wrong. He's not. Do you think Karmelo Anthony's not going to do the same thing? He clearly didn't have a problem with murdering someone. So what you think he going? You think he not going to do the same thing to other people? He don't care.
Yelling right
All right,
now.
then, bitch.
You know, you're.
All right, coward. Do something. Pull out your switch or something. Do something. Like, really? I hate when you folks just sit there and just talk all that shit, but y'all don't do nothing. Especially probably because you know you on camera. You do the wrong thing, you gonna be joining Karmelo Anthony, buddy, and we gonna be smoking on you too. I'm gonna need me a whole box of Black and Miles at this point. I'm gonna need me a whole box of them things, cause this is getting ridiculous.
Play with somebody else. Real gangster. Play with somebody else.
What are you gonna do? Do you know what a gang is? I mean, gangs are a bunch of cowards, excluding biker gangs, because they're not. But dude, you ain't nothing. Them folks don't even know you. You think them folks know you? What gang is you supposed to be in? The Drop the Soap Boys? The Street Tramps? The Bath and Body Takers? Well, who you supposed to be? What gang you supposed to be? What gang you supposed to be representing? Nobody? Because don't nobody know you. Where the gang outfit at? All I see is the wannabe tough guy outfit on. Like, come on, man. You look like one of them drug addicts straight out of Hartford. Come on. You know what? This I got fatigue, man. I really do. These animals annoy me. They really do. Because they talk all that as much shit as they talk, they still ain't doing anything. The only time they do something is when there's a whole group of them, because that's when they feel the safest. When they by themselves, you know they cooked.
I'm just trying to get like some insight into the situation. There we have it, guys. From a real gangster.
Yeah, I love that smile he pulled too, because he knew he wasn't shit. He knew that dude wasn't gangster. That dude ain't nothing. He just wanted them performatives. Them folks just like to open their big fat mouths until they encounter a real gangster, and then it's gonna be and then it's a problem. Nah, them folks. One thing I can say about people who are actually in gangs, they don't play that shit. They don't like They don't like posers. They don't like performatives. Nah, you do that shit around them, you cooked. You cooked. That's what he don't realize. You cooked. You don't pretend to be something you not. You don't pretend to be someone you not. They don't like that shit.
me see if I got this right. On Tuesday, we found out that Karmelo Anthony had been found guilty and he's going to be spending 35 years behind bars. And ever since then, he's fallen victim to meme culture with one of the worst mugshots I've seen in my lifetime. And
oh, yeah, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. That is beautiful, man. He gonna be holding somebody's pocket up in prison. I guarantee you that. Let's see if he's such a tough guy then. Let's see how long that persona lasts. He gonna be somebody's bitch in prison. In that prison, he gonna be somebody's bitch. You just gotta laugh at this stuff because it's so true. Like, this dude, he think he all that. He looked like one of the movie characters. He looked like one of the movie characters that end up in that gangster lifestyle only to find out the hard way that it ain't for them. Boys in the Hood looking ass dude. What the heck? I mean, it's a good movie. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just so funny because he does look like a character right out of Boys in the Hood. Good lord, man. Dude looked like he got lectured by Denzel Washington in a whole goddamn movie. Come on. Bad Boys character looking ass. Yeah, he gonna be somebody's bitch up in prison. I bet you that. I put money on it. Well, I would, but, you know. Reasons. I would put money on that if I really wanted to. He gonna be somebody's bitch in prison. He gonna have that wannabe feminine voice. He gonna look so wrong. Yo, that Scared Straight shit, bro. I miss Scared Straight. Cause he clearly needed that. Watch and see what I tell you, man.
I will not be showing any of those pictures, but yes, based on this picture, you know exactly what happened next. He's filed for an appeal, which is exactly what I told everyone.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, of course he would. Can't afford a lawyer. What happened to all that money you spent on a car on a car, truck, whatever, in a house or a mansion? I think was it a mansion? What happened to all that money from the GoFundMe? Oh yeah, that's right. That shit was a scam. And you and your family just use people. And they can't even see it. It's so funny, bro. I ain't donating to that stuff because I know, one, you ain't innocent, and two, I know all that shit's a sham. I'm not wasting money on people who are not worth it. On people who just want to use me. No. Nope. Nope. I have better use for it.
Would happen, even though there are many people who would contest that and say that he shouldn't have a right to have the opportunity to appeal. That's not how the court system works.
I mean, that's really not how the court system works. I mean, honestly, there's a reason appeals exist. I mean, it's really one of the reasons, I think, is for like false convictions or false imprisonment, something like that. But I mean, it's only fair to have an appeal in the event that you are actually innocent of a crime and you can prove it. You know, I mean, at least one appeal. After that, you're gone. That's how it should be. Just like what JD DeLay said with, you know, with accusations of of a special kind of evil known as rape. You know, you get one appeal, you get one chance to appeal, one chance to prove your innocence, and if you can't, you're gone. You are gone. You're done. You're cooked, boiled, fried, burned. You know the drill. You cooked. And that should be for every single violent crime. You get one chance to prove your innocence. You know, you get a chance to prove your innocence. You get two chances. You get a chance to prove your innocence right in front of the judge. And when you're found guilty, then you get an appeal. You get an appeal. One appeal, And if you still can't prove that you're innocent, probably because you're not, or, you know, or unfortunately, if the court really doesn't believe you because they're just evil or lazy, either one, maybe both, then you're cooked. You are cooked. That's it. That's it. If you can't do the crime, if you can't do the time, don't do the damn crime.
And when that's an option, they're going to go with that option. You have the fanatical supporters still pushing the lie about the judge and how he knows Jeff Metcalf, he knows all the DAs, and this was some all grand collusion to punish the poor black kid.
Fact, y'all, the judge, Austin's dad, have photos together on his Facebook page.
Even though,
yeah, they absolutely do. They absolutely do.
You've had the individual who's been the closest representative and spokesperson for Karmelo saying that that's not the case. Oh, and that individual who's been the supporter and the spokesperson is doing interviews with all these different people is also catching strays because he didn't do a good job in helping Karmelo. And now that he's been found guilty, there's an axe to grind and people are looking at anyone who's close to him that's not named the parents.
I already knew what was going to happen.
Great job, Dominic, whatever, for helping the KKK of Collin County to hang that black boy. He not getting hanged. I wish he was, though. I tell you that. I really wish that was the case. He not getting hanged, unfortunately, though. Even in Texas, that should... You know what? That should be a thing. You know, we should go back to that. Public hangings. When you commit a violent crime and you're convicted, there's hard evidence, without a doubt, that you're guilty of a violent crime, you should be hanged. Things like murder, rape, armed robbery, you should be hanged. Regardless of what race or ideology you possess. Regardless of what race you are or whatever ridiculous ideology you may possess. You should be hanged. We need to bring that shit back. But of course them folks going to try to say that it's a racist. But, they seem to act like there aren't folks of other races who are also convicted of violent crimes. You know how many folks be caught in Florida messing with children in ways they shouldn't be? Come on, bro. Don't sit there and act like black people are the only folks that be convicted of violent crimes. Get out of here, man. You folks just want someone to point the finger at because y'all agenda, y'all goddamn ridiculous ideology is collapsing by the second.
When I seen Dominique Alexander walking that boy out the courthouse, when I seen Dominique Alexander had his hand in it, I helped him make some calls. Because I knew he had a black team to begin with. Then when I seen that his lawyer was Toby Shook, y'all, Toby Shook has been a prosecution DA in Collin County, Texas for 20 years. He just stopped being the DA like 5 years.
Also, there's no triple K of Collin County. I mean, I'm pretty sure the KKK might still kind of exist. But if I'm not mistaken, that was like illegal to begin with. Wasn't that ruled illegal or something? Or no, I think they were just like completely disbarred because they were wiped out. It was like the 70s or something. I gotta look that up because I read about it before. I was doing research on that before, but like, come on, man. Are we really gonna start calling the consequences of our actions racist or the KKK, the works of the KKK? Come on, bro. Y'all wouldn't talk this shit to God. Y'all wouldn't treat God like this when he delivers the consequences of folks' actions. Cause y'all know y'all be cooked saying the wrong thing. You see, it's funny these people don't talk shit about God or treat him in any kind of way or his son because they know what would happen to him. I mean, God's not a violent entity. He doesn't punish people unless, well, not really. See, God is not a violent entity. He only gets violent when he has to. And that's with the snap of the finger. He focuses on the people who do bad things, not innocent folks. There were times where he did have to get his hands dirty, but that's understandable because one, he's God, and two, the human race was treacherous. So they got what they deserved. Early man got exactly what they deserved. But it's just funny, they won't talk shit about God because think about it. The consequences of our actions come directly from God. When we do something wrong, we're confronted. We are confronted. So I would really love to see y'all talk shit to God about that because that would be the best wrath of the century. Well, actually of the millennia. Yeah. Nah, see, one of the funny things about these individuals is that, like I said, they won't talk shit to God about about Anthony getting the consequences of his actions, but they'll talk shit about other humans. Isn't that funny? I guess they know what will happen to him if they even think about talking shit about him.
Years ago. If you look at Collin County track record, they have sent more, Toby Shook has sent more black people to prison than anybody in the state of Texas.
Do you have the statistics to prove that? Because, I don't see any of those statistics, really. I don't. I don't. In fact, you know what? Give me a list of all those folks who be sent to prison of that race. Mind you, I am part black, so I can talk definitely shit, and even if I wasn't, I still could talk shit. And I'm only a tiny part black anyway. I'm mostly Mohegan. I'm mostly Mohegan Indian and white, and half Italian, and part Italian. So you know what? I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what my race is. I still talk shit any day of the week. And not just talking shit, bro, but speaking facts and telling people about themselves because these folks out here think that their actions shouldn't have consequences. Nah, that's not how my country works, bro. That's not how my country works, you broad. Nah. Around here, your actions have consequences. That's how we've always been. That's how shit always gonna be. You don't like it, you can move. You can move to a country where there's no consequences for your actions. And honestly, I hate to break it to you, but there's no such country exists because no matter where you go, you can't hide from the Lord.
Now you telling me that he was gonna represent Karmelo Anthony fairly? Come on, y'all. They had all white cars lined up against him. They needed.
Oh wow! Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Who cares what the race of the jury was? Who cares? So what? Do you know what their intentions were? Because I doubt you do. I know you don't. You don't. That's why you folks are making up all these theories as to what the intentions of the jury was. Just so y'all can have some sort of justification for hating white people. Really? None of us were born yesterday. We're not stupid. You might think a lot of folks are stupid, but they're not. And we're not either. Come on, man. Y'all need to get with the program and realize that actions have consequences. Seriously. He got what he deserved. Karmelo Anthony did. Y'all don't like it, but that's just too bad. That's just too bad. Y'all can go to some other country and cry about it. If need be.
One more white card. And they needed to get the job done. It was Dominique Alexander when it convinced the family to hire the black legal team they originally had and hired Toby Shook, which was the ex-prosecutor for Collin County. Y'all think Dominique Alexander. If y'all really want to know why we're here, it's a Dallas pro-black activist.
No, y'all not. Y'all not no activists. Y'all pro-crime activists. That's what y'all is. Y'all don't advocate for black people. Y'all advocate for a hostile, unforgiving, and brutal, disgusting culture that, requires black people who are ignorant to partake in it. No, y'all are just straight up evil. Y'all are advocating for crime. Y'all are pro-crime, not pro-black. Don't ever say y'all are pro-black because y'all know y'all lying. Y'all know y'all lying about it. Stop lying, man. Like, it's annoying now. It's not even funny anymore. It's really annoying. Stop making black people look bad. For real, man. Because y'all are just embarrassing.
The Black Action Network. Dominique Alexander went and coerced this family, who's not even from Texas, to hire an all-white legal team against an all-white judge, an all-white jury. Everybody against him white's gonna testify.
That's because he knew that Anthony was cooked. You folks don't understand how court works, do y'all? Y'all don't even know how court works. Y'all really don't.
All-white defense team, all-white legal team. He was the only black in there, and Dominique Alexander said, hey, go with an all-white lawyer. I'm your people. I'm pro-black. Black Action Network, whatever the fuck his network is, sell out, dick sucker, buy pussy with the money he got from Toby Shook.
Honey, I ain't see you donate anything to Karmelo Anthony. I ain't see you give him money. So what you trying to say? What is you trying to say? That you mad folks won't obey you? Get out of here, honey. You ain't donating nothing. What you giving Karmelo Anthony and his family that makes you such an important individual where you could talk all this shit on the internet? Come on, man. Y'all need to stop that. Up here defending a cold-blooded murderer. Well, but that's in y'all culture. That's what y'all whole culture is murder. Murder, rape, robbery, theft, you name it, that's y'all culture. Just like Islam.
At the big house in Oak Cliff.
4. Jeff Metcalf has now started doing interviews, which has garnered a lot of different reactions, especially when you factor in the clip of him going viral, calling Karmelo a watermelon felon.
Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral.
Oh yeah, you tell him, man. I want to hear this, dude. Come on, give me something. Because I will carry the torch forward. I will pass the torch along. You know what? We starting the watermelon felon movement. We need it on a shirt. Come on, man. The merch, man. It's a missed opportunity. The watermelon felon merch. Come on, man. I love this guy. I really do. I love this dude. He should be an adult. He should be a robot chicken voice actor. I really love this guy. Like, in all seriousness, man, those folks know they have nothing on this guy. They just make up shit about him just so they can, grift off of the controversy. Just so they can attempt to ruin his life. False accusations ruin lives, people, but he not letting that shit happen. He a strong goddamn man. He tough. He really tough. God bless you, sir, for protecting your son. And setting the record straight with all them demons that wish you and your family harm.
I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about Watermelon Felon?
Oh yeah. Yes. You know what? The custom thumbnail I'm designing for this I'm making for this video, it's not really out of this world. It's just basic little editing using what was it? Paint.net or something. Oh yeah. That, you know what? That's also going to be on the thumbnail. Watermelon, yeah. Watermelon.
How's that one strike you?
It's beautiful. I love it. I'm going to start using that now. I really am going to start using that. Watermelon Felon. That's what we need to start calling them folks, them Karmelo Anthony supporters. Watermelon felons. Hashtag watermelon felons. We need the merch. We need the merch.
Which I might add, if you
We also need some repellent too for them folks.
listen,
I'm thinking Raid.
sounds like he's just doing that to get a bunch of people mad and making people very upset, because it seems like after spending all this time catching all these different strays, he's very upset and he just wanted to say some shit to piss a bunch of people off.
I mean, this is all.
And honestly, I understand. I understand. I do the exact same thing. Y'all really want something to be mad at me about? Okay. Well, let me give you another reason. Well, an actual reason. I mean, it's not even an actual reason, but let me just give y'all something just so y'all can be mad. Because he's proven that they're not going to do anything. They're talking all this shit on the internet, but they're not going to do anything. Because they will do nothing because they can do nothing. I mean, this is ridiculous, man. They have made it to this guy has gotten to the point where he doesn't care. Why? Because the same people that ridiculed and mocked his son's death, they didn't care, so why should he? Give me one good reason why he should care about whether or not they're mad. Because I would love to hear it, and a good reason. Not a pathetic cop-out, a good reason. It's sad that it's come to the point where they made him not care. And that's their fault. And yeah, I'm blaming them folks because they're not even victims anyway. They're felon supporters. They're watermelon felon supporters. And we don't like those folks. No, we mock them. We make them feel shameful because they should be ashamed of themselves. That's not a lifestyle to be living. They want to be dumb and believe all that garbage, which they don't even care. They just doing it just to do it. Then they're going to be mocked for it. It's that simple. This man, he had a son, and his son's life was taken by a monster, an evil, cruel monster. And you mean to tell me those people who support that monster see his son as nothing, don't even see his son as human? They completely just dehumanize his son, making his son out to be some sort of, animal that had no benefit to them, that provided them no benefit, that an animal whose life was not worth anything, when his son's life was worth living. They have destroyed this man. Not completely, but enough for him to start to give them to piss them off. Just because, they want to be mad at something. So he gave them something to be mad at. Because he knows that those folks are grifters. They're performatists. They act all tough on the internet, but in person, on camera, they ain't nothing. I mean, some of them definitely go as far as as physical violence, but they usually end up getting their just desserts at some point. Them folks forgot that God exists. And when you do something bad to innocent folks, on purpose, intentionally, he ain't trying to hear you. Nah, he gonna deliver them consequences. And there's nothing that you can do about it. And props to this man. Props to this man. Props to him and props to God. You folks who keep shitting on this man and mocking his son's death, y'all gonna get it by God someday. From God. One day y'all gonna get it. In fact, y'all gonna suffer for this. Y'all gonna suffer for this evil. Especially for condoning it. And I hope he has no mercy on y'all souls. Because that's evil. And evil is to be destroyed. And evil's to be destroyed and erased, not condoned and rewarded. And y'all will do nothing because y'all can do nothing against him. The only thing y'all can do at this point is just try and hide, find somewhere to hide. But there's no running, there's no hiding, because he knows exactly where you are before you even set foot in a hiding spot. So God help y'all, because y'all cooked for this shit. Best believe me when I tell y'all. Y'all ain't getting away with this. God bless this man.
All your personal choices. It's none of my business. I stay in my lane. Just don't come in my lane with your bullshit. I respect everyone until they disrespect me. I've been disrespected by so many people, so many times while I've had to sit here and take it. I'm going to tell you right now, Charleston White, you think you're funny? We'll see who's laughing. Drew Anthony, you're a pussy and a coward, and you raised one. Kayla, you drunk bitch.
Oh yeah. Nah, bro. We gonna be smoking them pack. We gonna be smoking that Karmelo Anthony pack. Nah. I need a whole pack of Black and Milds. We gonna be smoking that shit. Nah. Get this man a beer. You know, not even a beer. The most expensive alcohol on the planet. Somebody get him that shit. Nah, he deserves it. He deserves it. He's stronger than them weak ass folks. I tell you that.
What'd you do to that boy to make him stab somebody? My God, what kind of mother are you? Hey, Kevin Hayes, you fucking liar. Day after it happened. How many lies did you sit and type up on your keyboard, you big keyboard warrior? You a big tough man. You still live in Baton Rouge? Remember you said you'd come to Frisco, buddy? You were supposed to find me. I told you we could sit down and talk. That's all you do.
Well, that's what them folks do, man. That's all they do. They talk a bunch of shit on social media, everywhere, but they won't do nothing. They don't do nothing unless they in a whole group. Because they scared when they by themselves, because they know they cooked. All them folks know is violence. They don't know nothing about being civil. They don't know nothing about, being tough. Nope, they think they're tough, but they're really not. They're cowards, every single one of them. And that'll be found out sooner or later.
Talk, Mr. Squeaky Clean. You're the only one in your family without a damn record. I guess that's something to brag about in your culture. You people hang your hat on the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
True. 100% truth.
Let me make one up. Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about Watermelon Felon? How's that one strike you? I hope he enjoyed his first night in that cell last night.
I hope he
Because
sure
he's gonna
did
have
too.
many nights to think about what the fuck he did.
Yep. Don't drop the soap.
I forgave him so I don't carry the hate and the anger.
Yeah.
So I don't get ate up like cancer and kills you from the inside.
Yep.
It's like me drinking poison and hoping it kills you. Doesn't work that way.
Yep.
You've got to let that stuff go or it will kill you. It will eat you up inside.
This man is a true God-fearing man.
That's what Jeff Metcalf.
Yup. That's a true man right there. No hate in his heart. He just let it go. Leave it to God. Because God gonna tear Karmelo Anthony's ass up. And y'all folks defending him gonna do nothing about it. Because you can do nothing. So keep talking all that garbage that y'all want to talk. Because that's not making his case, that's not making things any better for him. Nah. God gonna whoop y'all butts for this. So y'all better hope that he has any mercy for y'all.
called Karmelo Anthony. Yes, I'm talking about Austin Metcalf and Hunter Metcalf's dad. That's the household that they were raised in. I said it, we said it. There's no way that that boy was sitting there and out of the blue, Austin and Hunter took it upon themselves to think that it was their job to remove him. If there was 15 other people that told him to move, it wasn't an administrator. It wasn't.
What? Okay, so you're gonna take a whole goddamn straw man, right? It doesn't matter. If he's somewhere he's not supposed to be and he gets removed, that's his problem. You can't just sit there and say, "Oh, but he shouldn't have been removed," because that's not their concern. No, 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 no. When he's somewhere he's not supposed to be, then he gets removed, regardless of who it is. Why is you gonna go in someone else's tent and start messing with them like that, and then get mad and stab the person in the heart that's telling you you gotta go? He said he wasn't gonna fight him, but and he got stabbed for his troubles. Who alive and who dead? Austin Metcalf is dead. Who alive? Karmelo Anthony. And he served 35 years of his life in prison over a stupid decision. But that's the kind of culture you folks embrace. But now that it's presented in front of y'all folks, y'all don't like it. And this shit happens all the time. Always back to the drawing board. Nah, it's gotta end. Y'all culture gotta end. That's not the culture that we appreciate having in our country. I don't know who started it back in them days, but somebody got to end it. Y'all got to get that slavery nonsense and that violence bullcrap out of your head. We in 2026, bro. There's no racial slavery in the United States. I do see a race of people who trying to implement it, and it's definitely not white folks. It's a lot of other folks. Make of that what you will.
Wasn't an adult. It was just some other little kids. They straight up tried to bully him. Now what? That's what I kept saying. Where did that idea come into Austin and Hunter's head that it was their job to be Billy Badass?
Where did the idea of stabbing an innocent teen to death, stabbing him in the heart, come into play? Where did that come into play? If Karmelo Anthony felt that he was being bullied, then why didn't he call the cops? 911 is a number that almost every person in this country knows. All he had to do was dial 911 on his smartphone, if he had one, and inform the dispatcher of the situation, have cops sent there. But why didn't he do that? No, he ran and hid for 2 days. And it cost an innocent teen boy's life that he took for no reason other than just because he's evil. And I'm not sorry to say that either, because that's the truth. If y'all don't like it, that's y'all problem. No one else's, just y'all.
I came on here. This is not a threat. We got to protect ourselves. There's a difference.
Oh, it's not a threat? Protect yourselves how? Protect your You mean protect your feelings or protect your safety? Well, no. You mean are you saying protect your feelings or protect criminals? Because as far as I'm concerned, you folks are basically saying that criminals need to be protected because when they're black, but anyone else is free game. Is fair game, right? Who are you protecting yourselves from? Who is y'all protecting yourselves from? Y'all ain't protecting yourselves from whites, because they ain't doing nothing to you. Ain't nobody trying to do nothing to y'all. Y'all just keep spreading that godforsaken culture in other parts of the United States, and folks are sick of it. And they want y'all gone. Y'all are creating racists. I hope y'all know that. Y'all are causing a lot of people to look at y'all like y'all like they live in the Wild West or something. A lot of folks not respecting y'all because of what you folks do. And Y'all don't have to deal with that. No, black people have to deal with that shit. The good black folks, they have to end up answering to what y'all folks be doing. Y'all folks make them look bad. And then people end up treating them badly because of what y'all doing. Y'all need to stop. What's happening to what's supposedly happening out there to black people is y'all fault. And there ain't nothing out there happening to black people unless you want to talk about all the gang wars and shit. And that's between them. And there are definitely a lot of times where innocent people end up getting killed behind that shit. Way too many to count. So if you want to talk about, if you want to talk about race, let's talk about it.
Difference between going after somebody and protecting yourselves.
The irony, right? So what was Austin? I mean, no. What was Karmelo Anthony doing? Was he going after somebody, or was he protecting himself? He was going after somebody. He was a predator looking for prey, for easy prey, and he found it.
Don't stay woke, stay strapped.
Stay woke. You folks are woke. That's the problem. You folks are woke. How are you going to stay strapped if y'all ain't even responsible, if y'all can't even manage y'all anger and control yourselves? Y'all lack self-control. And you folks want everyone else to believe y'all are responsible with y'all straps? No. You folks are the reason why we keep losing our Second Amendment rights as U.S. citizens. I mean, y'all just one of the many reasons, but y'all one of the main reasons. And y'all need to stop. Good Lord, man, y'all are insufferable.
Everything that we need to do from here on out, I'm telling you, we need the means of production. We need to be able to build everything. We need to start owning things. I'm not talking about no boycott. I'm talking about completely changing our approach to things. If you're spending money before you go spend $1, you need to think about where it's going.
So let me get this straight. Y'all are gonna force yourselves into poverty just to push an ideology that you folks don't need. Y'all are gonna force yourselves into poverty over an ideology that's racist and protects criminals. Well, so be it. Go force yourselves into poverty. But don't go complaining that y'all ain't got nothing to spend. Cause we ain't trying to hear nothing. We ain't gonna care. We gonna be focusing on ourselves and each other. Not y'all. Cause y'all deserve what y'all get. Y'all just don't like that, shit isn't in your favor.
We need to start thinking about removing ourselves from their neighborhood. I'm calling for a total removal from their society.
Okay, get out the country then. Leave. No one's forcing you to stay here. Us hardworking folks would feel even better if y'all just left. Not just out the neighborhoods, not just out the communities. Get out of the goddamn country. Cause y'all folks is nothing but problematic. And I ain't talking about no black folks. I'm talking about y'all specifically. Black folks are fine. You folks are a whole different breed. You folks are wild goddamn animals. So why don't y'all just do everyone a goddamn favor and just friggin' leave? If our country is not good enough for you or isn't supportive enough for you. Because honestly, we don't support criminals. Our country, we do not support criminals. We condemn them. We punish them. That's how our culture has always been. And y'all want to undo all of that for whatever reason, I don't know. But I'll tell you what, no. Absolutely not. No. Y'all can leave the goddamn country and go somewhere else and do all and cause all that havoc. Like, really, man. Y'all are just some unhinged leftists.
I am a separatist, officially a separatist. We're done with this. Ain't no more arguing. Stay strapped. Don't stay woke. Stay strapped.
Jeff Metcalf interview.
Ain't no more arguing.
Excuse me?
I am a separatist.
A separatist? Oh no. Any legit Star Wars fan, not them Disney, not them woke Disney or pro Disney drones, real Star Wars fans like myself know about the separatists. We know what they all about. Now, to be fair to the separatists in Star Wars, not all of them are terrible. They just have a completely different ideology from, the Republic, which is perfectly fine. So I do have to give props to them because I did watch Star Wars, the Clone Wars and stuff. So, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know that the Separatists are completely evil. However, the Separatists were also used as tools to further Darth Sidious's agenda, who just so happens to be Emperor Palpatine. A separatist, huh? So you're telling us, without a doubt, that you are a tool to your own people. You are a tool, right? Gee, I wonder who the Greater Scope's villain would be if y'all are the tools. I can already imagine who it is. I'll let y'all, if y'all, well, tell me what y'all think, because I'm thinking some stuff.
Officially a separatist. We're done with this. Ain't no more arguing.
Then you can get the hell out. Like I said.
Stay strapped. Don't stay woke. Stay strapped.
Don't be stupid like that, moron. Please don't do that. Nope. Staying strapped is one thing. Having a strap just to harm innocent people, pushing an agenda that you know is bad and racist, is a foolish and reckless decision that will only get you killed or get you hurt or killed. Firearms are not toys. They are not toys. They're not BB guns. They are tools for survival in hunting. And they're also used for recreation, like target shooting, stuff like that. It's competition, okay? They're still not toys, okay? So don't just get strapped, and don't get strapped just to push an ideology. If you're going to get strapped, it's to protect yourself and other law-abiding citizens. It's not for all of that, okay? So if you're thinking about getting strapped and you want to listen to ignorant morons like this, do not get strapped. Stay away from firearms. We got enough problems already with criminals using firearms for things they weren't made for. Okay? So don't be another statistic. I would prefer, it's already bad enough that moms demand action and the freaking Democrats are ignorant when it comes to firearms. I'm tired of I'm tired of their ignorance, all right? I don't need them constantly pushing out even more articles or whatever about how guns are bad or whatever. No, because behind folks like this. No. Stay away from the strap if you're not going to use it responsibly and carefully. Seriously, man. We got enough problems at it as is. We don't need any more.
I am a separatist. Officially a separatist. We're done with this. Ain't no more arguing. Stay strapped. Don't stay woke. Stay strapped.
Jeff Metcalf interview showed exactly why Karmelo had to defend himself.
No, it didn't. Stop talking, you broad. Just stop. You are an ignorant broad. No, stop. No. If anything, it showed why Karmelo Anthony should have been dropped. Okay? Because you don't just kill an innocent human being, which is exactly what he did, now isn't it? But y'all want to sit here behind y'all cameras and pretend that Karmelo Anthony was this innocent little angel who did nothing wrong and shouldn't be punished. Come on, man. Get with the program. Seriously. I'm so tired of idiots and violent, unhinged, wannabe felons living in my country, sucking up my resources or resources for my people, and abusing the resource and abusing that shit. No, absolutely not. I do not approve of that. Why? Because I'm a law-abiding American citizen who's for the people, not for idiots, the people, and certainly not for politicians either. People like you are why we have to provide so much god darn information just to have any sort of government assistance. It's ridiculous. I can't even work more than 24 hours a week because of people like you. Because of people like you. Never mind the fact that the store I work at barely has any workable hours. Barely has barely has any enough hours barely has enough hours to make a livable wage. I can't even make over 800 something a month because of you folks. And it's all thanks to you leeches. I'm a freaking hardworking man that just likes to play video games and watch YouTube and other amongst other things, you know, and likes to socialize with people on top of it. Well, at least now, because it does make me feel good, you know. But I have to, my grandma and I have to, you know, bust our butts to get any kind of help because of folks like you. All the information we have to provide, all the stuff that if ever put in a data ever compromised in a data breach would cook us, because certain information you don't want strangers getting a hold of, obviously, because of what they could do with that information. Which is why identity verification should not be a thing. Let's call it what it actually is. But that's besides the point. You folks are the reason why there's so many goddamn stipulations on, you know what? No, you folks are one of the reasons why we constantly have to be monitored, what we do, so that way we're not apparently scamming our own government. Yeah. See, we know the main reason. We all know the main reason why, why working a livable wage is much more difficult. We know why. Because of folks like her. That's why. Just leeching off of the goddamn system and sitting there behind a friggin' screen with all that makeup and shit, instead of focusing on life and just getting invested in that, that exact same lifestyle that be getting folks in Chicago, in cities like Chicago, killed. Jeez, man. I'm sorry, but I had to go on a little rant there because just this annoys me. This shit pisses me off. The amount of confidence that these ignorant fools have is insane. Pride is the devil, honey. You should avoid it if you can.
It shows the exact type of energy. You can guarantee his children came with that same type of energy walking up to Carmelo.
No, his children had good god darn energy. That boy who murdered him, oh nah, he had evil energy. He ain't have black Air Force energy. He was evil. Straight up. And you will accept that. Okay? It's time for you folks to accept reality and know what accountability is. Instead of outright trying to avoid accountability. Because that's what you folks love doing. Avoiding accountability for your actions. That's what you folks are good at. The only thing you folks are good at doing. Like, really, you folks piss me off. Good Lord, you folks just love jumping on controversy just so you can further push your agenda, don't y'all? Yup. Well, it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work, because we gonna keep speaking against this shit. Until the world ends. We here all day, heifer. So keep supporting the watermelon felon all you like, but it's not gonna do anything for him.
That's not no new, fresh racism. Oh, because my son got killed by a black person. No, that's embedded, generational motherfucking racism.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That boy murdered that team. Okay? Let me make this very simple so you idiots can hopefully get it through your thick skulls, Porky. When a evil person takes the life of an innocent person, it's evil and it's a crime. It's called a violent crime. And you get punished for it. Why? Because it's a bad, evil thing, and the Bible, condemns evil things. And it's also murder, which is forbidden in one of the 10 Commandments. Okay? You don't murder. Do you get it now, you broad? Do you get it? Because I can't simplify that any further. Because then I would have to have your IQ, which isn't much, honestly, just to simplify it. And I wouldn't even be able to, because I'd be as dumb as you are.
That his dad taught him, his dad taught him.
His dad didn't teach him nothing. His dad taught him well. Because you didn't see him out there murdering Karmelo Anthony, did you? Nope. He didn't take a knife and stab Karmelo Anthony in the heart. Nope. He told him to back up. He told him that he couldn't be in the same tent that they were, probably because Karmelo Anthony was causing problems, and he's not supposed to be there in that tent regardless, and he even said that he will not fight Karmelo Anthony. And you know what he got? He got stabbed in the heart for it. All for his troubles. All because he decided to be peaceful about things when he could have easily been hostile about it. The only racism I see is you folks defending the murder of a white teen. That's hella racist. If that's not racist, I don't know what is. You folks are disgusting. You folks disgust me. But then again, you folks enslaved your own and dropped them when they could no longer benefit you. You should be ashamed of yourself, honey. You should be very ashamed of yourself. Because you wouldn't be saying that to his father's face. I hope he would bust your teeth then. Because I did the exact same thing. Nah. Nope, honey. You need a hard lesson. That's what you need.
And he taught his sons and his children.
And what did Karmelo Anthony's family teach him? Probably racism. But most importantly, they taught him to be a violent, wild animal. And they didn't even have to teach him anyway, because their lack of parenting, their lack of any good moral values is what led to that incident, or is what led to that happening. His family failed him, and now look where he's at. He's going to be spending 35 years of his life in that cell, and there is nothing you ignorant souls can do about it. So y'all can keep talking all that tough shit online, but there is nothing that y'all are going to do about it. Because the minute y'all folks so much as do the wrong thing, y'all are cooked, and y'all be right with them in prison.
Because if you think that the Metcalf twins went gently and kindly up to Karmelo and asked him politely to please get from underneath that tent,
which they actually did. Sorry to disappoint you, but they actually did ask him very gently and very nicely. And again, he even told Anthony that he wasn't going to fight him. And what did Anthony do? He pulled out a knife and stabbed him in the heart. Intentionally. He murdered him. And for what? Because he didn't get his way. Jeez, have to be a pretty pathetic kid to do something like that, and have a pretty pathetic family and pretty pathetic parents, don't you think? Yeah, but you folks love to pretend that y'all are not the cause of a lot of problems in our society. Y'all will kill your own for holding y'all accountable.
bitch, I got a bridge I want to sell you.
And what bridge is that? Is it a bridge that won't collapse underneath your weight? Because I highly doubt there's a bridge that could withstand your weight. Well, maybe there are a few bridges, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what their limits would be.
That racist motherfucking pig been waiting to say watermelon felon.
He ain't racist and he ain't no pig, Porky. He wasn't waiting to say that. Y'all made him say that. Y'all want to know why? Because y'all mocked the death of his son. That's why. And he probably feels like he failed to protect the one thing. He probably feels like he failed to protect his son. That man lost his son over nothing. And you folks want to spit in his face, mock his son's death, and try to put him down for feeling some kind of way about it? You know what? Maybe I should start mocking the deaths of black people. But no, because then I'd be just like you folks, who have nothing better to do than to be miserable that y'all can't get y'all way. That's why y'all suffer so much now. Because y'all are evil pieces of garbage. Y'all get what y'all deserve. I'll tell you what, God bless that man's father. Because he forgave Karmelo Anthony. He could have killed him himself if he wanted to. And I would be all on board with that. Heck, he wouldn't even, if I really wanted to, I would have told him to send me after him. He wouldn't have even had to pay me. But I don't know where he lives, and I'm not going to compromise his safety all for some watermelon felon. Yeah, broad, what you going to do now? Nah, I'm not going to put that man's family in danger. I'm not going to put him and his family in danger. No. I'm also not going to put mine in danger when I don't have to. When it's completely unnecessary. But that man lost his son. And for you folks to say and do what y'all saying and doing, Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, you demons. And I hope God tears y'all apart because y'all deserve it. If I could, I would find a list of every black person that died in cities like Chicago and stuff from gang violence. And you know what I would do? I would smoke it. And I would record a video of me doing it. Right in front of the whole world. But you know what? No. Because it's not worth it. It's not going to bring Austin back. It's not going to, make all this shit go away. No. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the exact same thing that Austin's father did and forgive Karmelo Anthony. But I'm still going to talk shit about y'all because I can and I will. And y'all deserve to hear people talk shit about y'all every goddamn day of y'all lives. Honestly, y'all deserve worse than that. But that's as good as it's going to get. That's as good as it's going to get. That's all I can really do. That's all we could do. Because if we start attacking y'all, we ain't no better. And we is better than you folks. A lot better.
And y'all, oh, he's grieving. His son was killed. He has the right. That don't give him the right to say no racial motherfucking.
It absolutely does. Because y'all being racist, so he gets to do the exact same thing. Y'all just don't like it when it comes back to y'all because y'all are full of double standards. Cry about it. Because I have a lot of things I want to say, and you won't like it. And there's nothing you can do about it. What you gonna do? Jump through my door like what you gonna do? Jump through my the wall of my room? Jump through my see, I can't with these people, man. I just can't. This shit got me so hot now. This shit got me heated. Cause the amount of confidence in this ooh, ooh. The amount of confidence in this pig is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Like, what is you gonna do? What is you gonna do? What is you gonna do? Because there's nothing you can do. So if I was you, I would keep talking behind that screen while you can. I would keep talking behind that screen. Because you seem to forget, God is in charge. And don't tempt him. Do not tempt him. Do not tempt him, man. That's all I can tell you. Do not tempt you. Do not tempt him. Do not, because there's nothing you can do once he starts whooping your ass. There's nothing you can do. You can call him every buzzword, in the woke dictionary, but those words bear nothing on him. He eats those words for breakfast. Because he's heard it. He's heard it all before. He's seen it all before. There's nothing you can there's nothing you can do to hurt him. There's a lot you can do to disappoint him, but there's nothing you can do to hurt him. So you best tread lightly. But then again, for folks like you, that's impossible, mainly because of your weight. Watch who you watch your mouth, honey. Watch your mouth. I'm telling you that right now. Watch your goddamn mouth if you know what's good for you.
Bullshit like that. No racist shit like that. But see, motherfucker was already a motherfucking racist. So this was just his time to shine because
You wanna be Lizzo, get the heck out of here. Just shut up. Shut up, honey. Come on, just shut up. Get out of here. Someone get your mama, dude. Like, what's going on here? Get your mama, man. Like, what the heck is going on here? I don't even know what else to say to this, bro. I don't even know what else to say. Because this is just disappointing. This is just really disappointing.
Because now he feel like he got a free pass. Meanwhile, people that went to school with your kids or had experiences with your kids is underneath them posts talking about how your children were menace to societies and not the beautiful pillars of hope that you try to make them out to be.
All right, and where these folks at then? Why ain't they saying anything now? Where are these folks at? Where are these imaginary folks who had experience with that teen in school, saying all that, us making up all them lies? Where are they at now? Where is they at? Because as far as I know, they don't exist. Either that or they just making up lies. Come on, honey. Get out of here. You folks, every time a white person dies, you folks jump on that shit like there's no tomorrow. Just using that shit for popularity. Come on, broad. Do better. Way better. There's already enough fat blobs like you, trying to pay the rent by grifting off of grieving parents. And that's exactly what you doing. You just was waiting to say something about white people, especially about a dead white teen. You was just waiting. That is a boy. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you folks? That was a boy. A man lost his son, and y'all folks do this. Come on. Come the hell on, man. You folks are twisted and sick. Y'all need to be thrown in an asylum and have the keys thrown away. In fact, y'all folks need to be put in a basement because that's exactly what y'all deserve. To be forgotten. You mean Jesus didn't die for this? And neither did Martin Luther King. Them two was rolling over. Martin Luther King is rolling over in his grave because of you folks. You folks took his goddamn legacy and completely tarnished it. Are y'all proud of yourselves? Good Lord. Man, these goddamn folks are something else. I don't know. I don't know, man. These folks are something else. Let me finish this shit so I can go in there.
And you bootlicking ass Negroes.
Who you talking to? You fat broad? Who you talking to? Who you talking to? You watermelon eating pig? Because I know you ain't talking to folks who actually standing up for an innocent boy that was murdered. Heifer, you ain't never got punched in the face before, and I can tell. Nah, you need your ass whooped. You need a belt. That's what you need. In fact, I would love for you to walk up to one of them content creators speaking out against people like you and say something. Say exactly what you said to them. And I hope to God they whoop your ass. Because you need it. Because your parents clearly failed your ass. Either that, or you forsaken them. Or nah, you just didn't listen to them. Either way, same fucking thing. It don't even matter, bro. Honey, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you, darling. Something wrong with you. Big mama want drama. Something wrong with you. Something is seriously wrong with you. Mm-mm-mm. Nah. What you gonna do about them? What you gonna do about them folks that's out there speaking against the protection of a murderer? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Sit on them? You gonna eat their food? What you gonna do? You ain't doing nothing, honey. So shut your mouth. Shut your goddamn mouth. Cause you ain't doing nothing. The only thing you gonna do is keep talking shit behind the screen if you know what's good for you. You folks need to get your asses beat. We need to bring back use of batons. And y'all have a nerve to complain about police brutality. Y'all be pissing off a lot of people, so it's not exactly unsurprising that y'all get what y'all deserve. Nah, man. Nah. Oh, and just to twist the knife even further for you ignorant sods, George Floyd held the pregnant woman at gunpoint. He got exactly what he deserved. I mean, it was definitely inappropriate of the officers and unprofessional of them to do that shit. But you know what? Either way, he got what was coming to him. And y'all can do nothing about it. Because he ain't coming back. So what now? You folks are animals, and that's all that's all y'all will ever be.
Who trying to side over there with them? They put you right back in the field, bitch.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. I'm part black. I can definitely say no, the hell they don't, honey. That's where you wrong. Every single word that come out of your mouth is wrong. You a liar. You are a liar and a racist, and that's all you ever gonna be. Nope. Ain't nobody trying to put nobody in the field. If anything, y'all need to be put in the field. Because that's exactly what y'all deserve. That seemed to be the only thing y'all good at. But even then, y'all would suck. I would prefer picking cotton over having to deal with you folks. Or live in a neighborhood with you idiots. You know what? I would rather live in an all-white neighborhood before I live in an all-black neighborhood. I'll let y'all figure that one out. Because there's a reason for that. You know, come on, man. Y'all are so goddamn miserable. I know Martin Luther King is disappointed in y'all right now. And I feel so bad for him and his family. Because y'all done took what he did and what he accomplished. And y'all just crushed that shit. Y'all completely butchered it. Jesus ain't died for this shit either. Good Lord, man. So many people trying to make things better died. And y'all have the nerve to take everything they did. Every step they took. All the effort they put into making things better so we could, live in a much better in comfort, and y'all completely crushed it. Like it meant nothing to y'all. Y'all don't want no revenge on racist white people. No. Y'all want blood. That's the only thing that's on your mind is blood. And for what? You folks aren't even vengeful. You folks just want to murder. You folks just want to freely murder innocent people of a completely different race opposite to y'all just because. Y'all think y'all proving something? The only thing y'all proving is that y'all are just animals. Y'all proving they point. Y'all don't want revenge. Y'all don't want justice. Y'all want blood. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Well, actually, I love that in certain contexts, at least. But y'all ain't getting it. Y'all keep messing with innocent people, and one day they're gonna whoop your ass. So keep going. Come on. Keep it up. And y'all gonna get what y'all deserve. And I'll be joining. Y'all want someone else to hate? Come on. Hate me. I don't care. With the amount of hatred I'm gonna get from you folks, I could still go to bed at night knowing that what I said was right and correct and justified. You think I need you folks? I don't need y'all. All I need is the Lord and the people He put in my life, and that's it. That's all I need. And His Son, too, obviously. That's all I need. I don't need you folks. I don't need y'all help. I don't need DI. I don't need any of that bullshit. You folks think y'all are needed? No. Come on, man. And see, this is exactly the kind of thing I try to avoid doing. Because look at how long this goddamn video is. I had to get that shit out, because every time, these people piss me off, man. They bring out the worst in me. Because, one, the amount of confidence these folks have is just straight up ridiculous. It's unbelievable. And two, these folks knowingly lie. And they don't care about anyone. Only themselves. They're only looking for what they could get. And once they're done using you, once you've outlived your usefulness, they either get rid of you, you know what I'm talking about, or they drop you. I would be embarrassed to be related to you. Good Lord. Of course, I know I'm going to get branded a racist for this. But honestly, I don't care, and I never did. I don't care. I can still go to bed at night. When you provoke people, they'll retaliate. Eventually. And this is what we're seeing. These folks show when they true colors, which it wouldn't be the first time. They have so much confidence, but all that confidence, all that pride collapses when they find themselves on the receiving end of the consequences of their actions. Honey. No. Nope.
They would use your teeth as dentures, bitch. They would use your skin as leather, bitch.
And where you get all this information from? Where are you getting all this shit from? Or is you telling on yourself? Now, you know what? These folks is telling on themselves. This is what they gonna do to you if you black and you go against them. That's what they gonna do to you. They gonna hurt you. They gonna do a lot of horrible things to you just for being in opposition to them. They'll kill you for this shit. They will kill you for that shit. These folks self-reporting.
They would grape you in front of your children, bitch.
No, they're not. Nope, stop the lying. That's what you folks do. That's what you folks have been doing. Stop it. I would advise you to quit with the self-reporting because it's not going to make you look good. Because you folks you folks keep projecting. Like, come on, man.
Bitch.
Okay, ho.
So y'all gonna continue and be motherfucking scientific projects for the next Get Out.
For who? Where do you see a black person being a scientific project for white people? Where do you see that? That's exactly the kind of shit you folks want to happen. Just so y'all can justify that racist, sick ideology y'all be practicing. Come on, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. Ain't no racial slavery up in this country. Y'all the ones trying to reintroduce it. Y'all are creating problems where there never were any, where there don't need to be any, just to justify y'all hatred against innocent people. Y'all have become what y'all hated, and it's disappointing. It really is. But y'all didn't die heroes either. No, that credit goes to folks like Martin Luther King, who did make a change. It also goes to Jesus Christ, who also made changes. Who they have a great legacy, and plenty of other folks who do, not just black folks. I mean, Jesus was Middle Eastern, but whatever. He was Middle Eastern, not black. However, whatever his race is, race doesn't even matter. There are plenty of good folks who made a legacy, who left a legacy, and that's all that's being trampled. There were a lot of people, especially men, who died during World War II, just so you could be dumb enough and ignorant enough and hateful and racist and all that other shit that y'all keep projecting on other folks enough to do this. Y'all took the legacy of many good people and y'all completely obliterated and y'all completely destroyed it. Well, not completely, but y'all keep trying to completely destroy it. For what reason? To push some goddamn ideology that y'all know is wrong and racist? Y'all can't point the finger at innocent people and accuse them of racism when y'all the ones being racist. That's not how that shit works. Y'all ain't going after actual racists. Y'all are the racists. So if anything, y'all should be going after each other. I mean, y'all doing that anyway, but not for the right reasons. Not for a good reason. Y'all just keep turning on each other and it's making it so easy. Y'all keep turning on each other. Y'all have no loyalty, nothing. The only thing you folks are dedicated to is committing violent crimes and trying to feign innocence. That's all you folks are dedicated to. That's the only lifestyle y'all folks know. Is violence. And uncivilized behavior. Good Lord, you people are just insufferable, man.
But stay on that motherfucking side, bitch, when they lynching y'all motherfucking asses.
Ain't nobody gonna lynch nobody. You know what? We need to bring lynching back. Because there are violent criminals out there that definitely need to have some harsh punishment. But you could join them if you like. Because that's basically what you're saying is you want to join them. Can we please bring lynching back? Can we please bring lynching back? Can we please bring public hanging back? Because violent criminals need to be punished. At least the ones who aren't redeemable. And you know what? I think I know a good one. I think I know who the first violent criminal should be. The watermelon felon. You know, this is ridiculous, man. You know, ain't nobody gonna do nothing, you broad. Because you folks be making all them goddamn threats and y'all do nothing. The only time y'all ever do anything is when y'all in the goddamn pack. Then y'all start doing stuff. Because y'all know that y'all better when y'all organized. And it's kind of a stretch to even call it organized because these folks are just wild animals regardless. Humans are animals, yes. But, you know, these folks act like, they act like they have no morals or anything. I mean, they obviously don't. But these folks act like they don't even know what civilization is. These folks act like there's no rules. You know, they act like we're still friggin' cavemen. In fact, they act like we're still on Sodom and Gomorrah. That's what these folks act like. You know, so uncivilized. Y'all can keep talking the crap that y'all talking, but that's not gonna free Karmelo Anthony. If anything, that's probably gonna make his situation even worse. So if I was y'all, I would stay quiet. I would be quiet and just let his prison sentence play out, and hope to God he doesn't do something that causes him to have an extended sentence. But chances are he'll either die in prison or he'll be in there a lot longer than 35 years. He'll do something. He'll do something stupid. And if not, he'll probably die in prison anyway. So I don't see I don't see why y'all need to stir up such outrage over somebody that, one, don't even know you, and two, would kill you if he could. But if y'all folks want to idolize a murderer, just like all them folks them kids and whatnot that be idolizing serial killers and shit, then y'all could go right ahead. It just makes things easier for us, because then when them folks kill y'all, we don't have to worry about too much of y'all being a problem. It just makes things easier for our society. Get rid of the problematic folks. It's called natural selection, baby. It's also called the consequences of your actions. As if I haven't already established that. As if that hasn't already been established several goddamn times. But you folks seem to not get it the first time. You know, I don't think you folks ever will, but I genuinely hope that you folks do. Good Lord. I'm going to end up having to probably do this video in a few parts, because this is like getting ridiculous.
I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do, because this is a fire that's been blazing for a year, and all that did was just ignite it more and more. You can talk about who did what first and who's more responsible and who's doing dirtier, but when you don't do a good job at lowering the temperatures, they're just gonna rise more and more and more. And that led to me seeing, now, to be honest, I don't know the timeline of these, which one happened first, but I know I saw Jeff Metcalf calling Karmelo a watermelon felon, and then my algorithm decided to show me AI generated pictures of people pissing on Austin Metcalf's grave.
Oh, I don't think so. Yeah, oh no, bro. You know what? No. I'm probably gonna have to end the video in a few minutes. I'm gonna have to end the video in a few minutes, because you know what? No. This is no. No,
so if anyone was hoping that racial tension or tension around this subject would go down, I hate to break it to you, but a lot of these people are very aggravated. You have these wannabe heroes thinking that they could be great spokespersons.
Hey, I got an idea. You know how we can combat against this? Why don't we find the grave of every goddamn gangbanger every goddamn modern gangbanger, you know, and start, you know, splashing paint all over him. Yeah, let's do that. Nah, I ain't trying to get people killed, because that's them folks. They love murdering people. They love doing that. They like to act tough, just like just like the animals that that I had to rip into just now. You know, like this fat blob. This wannabe big worm, you know, come on, man. You know, but yeah, that's sick and evil. That is sick and evil. I would have an AI generated video or picture made of something similar happening to Karmelo, but you know, I ain't really trying to get sued, even though it would be worth it.
Now that Dominique Alexander is being cast aside because they feel as though they have the ideas put in stone to help Karmelo.
I'ma say it since nobody else can say it. Fuck Austin. Glad your ass dead.
What? What? Where you work at, buddy? Come on. Come on, dude. You look like the tar man from Return of the Living Dead. If you don't get your more brains looking ass out of here, get out of here, buddy. Get out of here. Uh, uh, you want me to start talking shit about every dead black person from not people who actually made a difference in the world, but no, people who actually deserved it. You want me to start talking about every dead gangbanger in human history? Because I absolutely can. I ain't afraid. I don't fear no human. I fear God, not no human that murders people. You want me to start doing that? Because I will. I absolutely can, and I will. But then again, that just make me no better than you folks again. So many things you want to do, but just you'd have to stoop to their level to do you just have to stoop to their level, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that.
I'm mad as a motherfucker.
I'm glad Karmelo Anthony's in prison and that you folks can't do anything about it. What you gonna do? What you gonna do now? You gonna cry some more? You gonna make some threats that you ain't never gone act out on? What you gonna do now? Nothing. That's what you're gonna do.
Free Karmelo. And fuck that thing he is dead. Shoulda go dig his ass up and beat his ass again, then stab him again. The fuck.
I wish you would. I wish you would. I wish you would. I wish you would, buddy. Because I'm pretty sure you got dead relatives, and it'd be a shame if the same thing happened to them. So if I was you, I would advise you to keep your mouth shut if you know what's good. If you know what's good for you, buddy.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care how much backlash I get. None of that shit. I'm pissed off because I'm tired of us.
Tired of us? What? You should be saying, you folks, that you're tired of that godforsaken culture that you encourage and embrace.
Tired of us having to take the heat from this shit.
You should be taking the heat from that shit, because you folks absolutely deserve it. Stop it, dude. Stop it.
Tired of us having to get a guilty charge. Tired of us having.
Do y'all know why y'all be getting guilty charges? Because y'all do shit. That's why. Come on, bro. You think we in the 1980s or something? You think we in the 1990s? Come on, man. Get out of here, dude. Y'all really can't take any accountability, man. It's like y'all kryptonite.
Let them get away with murder, but yet when we do it, it's a problem, man. Fuck.
The only reason a lot of people be getting away with murder is because our justice system is corrupt. And then there are folks like y'all who embrace murderers and condone them. You folks give them the attention that they want. You folks make them famous. You folks make them popular. You like them folks. Y'all are part of the problem. Our justice system is the main problem, or our so-called justice system. Because they keep letting folks out that shouldn't be out. And wouldn't you know it, who often ends up committing the most crimes after they get let out? Oh, it's the black people that do it. Oh. Come on, man. Stop with the game playing. Stop it. Just stop it.
Them folks. Fuck Austin, fuck his family, and I hope they get this message to have a fuck up.
Your mama, your uncle, your grandma, your kids if you have any, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever partner you got. Let's see, your ancestors too. You want me to keep going? Because I can keep going. Matter of fact, your great-great-grandfather, your whole goddamn bloodline, buddy. Fuck them. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What? What you gonna do? What's the message you gonna send? What is the message you gonna send? I'm tired of these
Day
folks,
in here,
man.
Austin. I hope you over there burning up, bitch.
You know what? I hope. You know what? It's funny you mention that because that's exactly what Karmelo Anthony gonna end up suffering. He committed murder, and I know he ain't repent. So when he get to God, only he knows what's gonna happen. So he ain't too far off. I don't know if he's burnt. I don't know if Austin is burned or not, but he was an innocent boy that was murdered. So chances are God is not too happy about that. Because we know how he is about murder. So come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. And you're gonna be right with Karmelo Anthony. You keep it up, buddy. So if I was you, like I said, I'd shut my mouth before you end up getting into some problems. Because you folks, every time you folks run your mouth, something happens, and then y'all folks want to blame everybody else.
Oh my
Right off the
God.
bat, man, free Karmelo. Straight up. Straight up. I don't give a fuck about no white lives.
And y'all wonder why y'all die in gang wars. You know, oh my God, man. This is ridiculous. Screw Karmelo and his family. In fact, screw his whole goddamn bloodline. Now what?
All lives don't matter over here.
Oh, I know they don't. Because y'all keep killing each other. That's why. That's why they don't matter. Because y'all keep killing folks. Y'all keep committing a bunch of violent crimes, trafficking drugs and all that shit. And then y'all wonder why y'all be dying so fast.
Because on the daily, we get killed.
Yeah, y'all do. By your own doing. That's why y'all keep dying. Don't sit here and blame anybody else for y'all dying. Y'all cause your own deaths most of the time. So let's keep it real. Let's keep it real, okay? Let's not do none of that lying ass bullshit.
And ain't nobody got shit to say.
Because we know who caused the deaths. That's why. We say nothing because we don't give a shit. Y'all cause your own collateral damage. Y'all cause your own casualties, bro. You folks love to act like y'all don't be killing each other for a living. Y'all folks kill each other for money and make music bragging about it. Come on, man. Really? Do I have to bring up a drill rap music video? Do I really have to? Because it seems like I do. Just to hit the nail on the head. I'm not even sure if I should. Because I've already proven my point. They've already proven our point so many goddamn times. But, you know, it just seems like you have to just keep showing them shit, you know, in order for them to get it through their skull. But I don't even know, man.
But when one of ours is protecting themselves, they get ambushed. They get threats.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Stop lying. In fact, they do. But by who? By who? They get ambushed by each other. You know how many drill rappers in the United States be dying? You know how many gang members be dying from that exact same shit? A lot. That's why most of them keep dying. Because of that life they be living. Stop acting like white people out here massacring black folks, because that's not true at all. That's not even a thing in this country. Come on, man. Y'all need to stop the madness, bro.
They get all of this. Fuck that. Smoking on that Austin pack.
We're gonna be smoking on that Karmelo Anthony pack pretty soon. I'm thinking about giving me a whole goddamn pack of Black and Miles, buddy. So you better watch yourself. I might even smoke it live. So you better watch yourself. Come on, man. Come on, man. Because I can be petty. You know, just as much as y'all can be, I can easily be petty.
Like,
Because I don't care about criminals. I don't care about violent criminals, man. They die, they die. That's it. You know, the world, nothing of value was lost. Nothing of value was lost when the folks died. And if you want to join them, you absolutely can. You're not going to like the result, though.
I don't care anymore because
you know why? Because you're so invested in that goddamn violent lifestyle that you have no care for anyone but yourself. That's why. You just focus. You. All you know is murder. All you know is killing folks. That's all you know. Stealing, killing, lying. That's all you folks know. I know why you don't care. Because of that shit. That's why.
it ain't no good in this shit.
You folks act like you are good. Y'all are good. When y'all the complete opposite. But okay.
It ain't nothing good that's in this shit. But they trying to lay the law down.
Yeah, they are. Because there's a reason for that. You don't just go around murdering people. What he did was clear, straight up murder. That's it. End of discussion. If you don't like it, that's too bad. There's nothing you can do. Seriously, man. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop obsessing over some friggin' murderer, some violent criminal dude. The heck? Y'all the reason why he ended up in prison. Why? You know why you're the reason? Well, because y'all condone that kind of shit. And then when they commit a violent crime, y'all don't say nothing. And when they get punished for it, then y'all want to start talking. Come on, man. Grow up. Grow up, dude. Enough is enough.
Up all that shit. Y'all gotta give it up.
Nobody's giving anything up. You want to take it, now's your opportunity. But I guarantee you ain't taking nothing. Because you're going to end up just like Anthony, or you probably going to end up dead. There ain't no taking. You try that shit in a small town, and you'll see what happens to you. Come on, buddy. Don't do nothing stupid. Just keep talking stupid. Just keep talking stupid. Don't do nothing stupid. Because you know you ain't going to be the first person to do anything.
Y'all gotta give it up. It ain't over.
Oh, it's not over? What you going to do? What is y'all going to do? Because y'all intimidation tactics aren't working. It's just causing people to be frustrated with y'all. And y'all going to get to the point where y'all going to provoke a bunch of people and they going to go after y'all. And I would be the happiest man in the world if they did. Because y'all absolutely deserve what y'all get. Y'all better stop pissing people off before y'all find yourselves dead. Or in jail. Or prison. Whichever one comes first. Because that's the path y'all going.
It ain't over.
Well, I would sure like to see you end it. I would sure like to see you continue it, but I doubt you will.
Free Karmelo, man. Fuck it.
You know them people in Texas don't play either. You ain't doing nothing in Texas if you know what's good for you. Too bad I don't live in Texas.
Fuck them.
Hey, fuck Austin Metcalf, man.
Alright, Dreadhead. You know, his fucking judge remind me of something. You know, that make me think about that episode, what was it? The night what was it? The graveyard shift episode from SpongeBob where he had all his hair coming up and starting to wiggle. Because he was shitting bricks as Squidward was telling him about the some crazy about the hash sling and slash. That's exactly what I just thought of. I just thought of that looking at his head.
Oh, bro, that shit got me Superman.
Good. I'm glad it does. Too bad you can't do nothing about it other than talk shit on the internet.
Everything that shit fucked my whole day up. I'm at work.
Oh, that's too bad. Why don't you focus on your job instead of focusing on a dead criminal? Instead of being mad that a criminal, not a dead criminal. Too bad he wasn't dead. Too bad he didn't die. Um, why don't you, instead of, you know, focusing on being bent about a violent criminal that don't even know you, getting what he deserves. Well, not really what he deserves. He deserves more than that. Why don't you instead focus on your goddamn job? I mean, you're probably on your break, but why don't you focus on your goddamn job or something that's actually important in your life? That man don't know you. That boy don't know you. Karmelo Anthony don't know you. So what you obsessing him? What you obsessing over him for?
Working shit, bro. I'm chilling. Fuck that, man.
And fuck Karmelo Anthony too. Fuck his parents. Fuck everybody in his family. Okay, except the kids. Except the kids. I ain't trying to go that far, even though I really want to. Except the young children. Except the young children. Other than that, his whole bloodline. His whole bloodline. Fuck it.
If you black ain't smoking on Austin, fuck you too. Today we smoking on Austin.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do? You gonna get mad? You gonna cry? You gonna scream racism? What are you gonna do about it? Focus on your job, man, instead of obsessing over some violent criminal. In fact, I hope he drops the soap in prison too. I hope he does too. He might even die in prison. Oh no, that would be terrible. Well, actually, it would be good for us, law-abiding citizens, because a good violent criminal is a dead one. He gonna get what he deserve in prison. You wait and see what I tell you. He gonna get what he deserve, and we're gonna be smoking on that watermelon felon pack. We're gonna be smoking on that pack like there ain't no tomorrow. Come on, just get me to add more. Just convince me to add more names to the pack, cause I got all day. I can do it. I can do it. I can add so many names to the pack, man. I'm gonna need more packs though, cause I don't think they come in that many. And I don't think the Black and Milds come in that many, in the big pack, in the massive pack. So I'm gonna need more than one. Man, I'm gonna be smoking on that shit too. Come on, you really want to piss people off? Come on, give me a reason to smoke on that pack. Give me a reason to smoke on Karmelo Anthony. Give me a reason. Give me a reason. Just do it.
Let's make this shit go viral, man.
I'm hoping that this message reaches Karmelo Anthony's parents. First of all, let me say that I am willing to be helpful in any way possible. I'm a content creator, influencer,
So you gonna lie about Karmelo Anthony just to push the anti-white agenda even further? That's not really helping. You can help them by setting the record straight and telling them that their son was a friggin' murderer and that he deserves what he got.
licensed mental health professional, former school leader, and I got a big ass mouth.
Well, you better close it if you know what's good for you, buddy. Cause none of what you saying is the truth. I mean, that other shit you probably right about, but none of what you gonna say is the truth, man. Just stop lying.
So let me know what y'all need from me in any capacity, and I'm more than willing to help. Number 2 is that y'all don't need to blame yourselves for what happened.
Absolutely, they do. They really do need to blame themselves because they deserve the blame. If they actually cared anything for their son, he wouldn't have done that. He would have been raised better. But it seems that somewhere along the lines they screwed up. Probably never were good parents to begin with, and he did that. Nope, that's either bad parenting or he just straight up evil. Maybe they have nothing to blame themselves for. Maybe he was just a terrible kid. However, he's still in prison because he murdered somebody. Get bent.
I watched the interview with Mimi Brown in the Breakfast Club, and I know a lot of people are not going to watch it because they don't want to hear the truth.
What truth is there to hear? People are not going to watch it because they know it's full. They know it's full of untruthful garbage. Come on, man, stop it. None of y'all speak any truth whatsoever. Y'all constantly lie.
I believe every word y'all said.
I bet you do. Because you one of them hood rats. I bet you do.
And I absolutely know that if you could have, you would have been with your son at that track meet. But we as parents cannot be everywhere all the time, especially as our kids get older.
Wow, the one thing that he says is not a lie.
And y'all did a great job with y'all kids.
Oh, here we go. He lied again. He lied again. How disappointing.
Including y'all son. And nobody should ever take that away from y'all.
Oh, here we go. He keeps
because
lying.
it can tell in his character, i.e. the moment where his father very clearly pointed out that he saved someone's life who was drowning, which they not going to tell you when he was on the stand.
What? Oh, he did? Is that supposed to undo the murder that he did? Is that supposed to bring Austin Metcalf back? Because that's not really doing that at all. Oh, good for him. He saved the drowning kid in the friggin' water. Good for him. But that doesn't really erase the fact that he murdered somebody. Come on, man. Really? Y'all always gotta pull the, oh, he was an angel card. It's not working. It's not working, man. He was evil. Very evil. Very, very evil.
And they can speak to how good this kid's character was.
His character wasn't good. I can tell that. I can tell just by considering the fact that he murdered somebody. He killed an innocent boy and was talking crap to him beforehand. He ain't called the cops under the belief that he was being bullied or anything or harassed. Nope. He just murdered that. He just murdered that boy and then ran for 2 days like a coward. He didn't even bother to go straight to the police station and tell anyone what happened. He just ran for 2 days. He hid for 2 days like a coward.
I also fully believe y'all when y'all say that this entire thing was a setup.
It was? Where was that? How was it a setup?
From the very beginning.
How?
From nobody having a consistent story the day the incident happened.
Oh my lord. You folks have no consistency at all with this shit. Y'all keep saying, oh, this happened. Karmelo Anthony's this, he's that. Which one is it? Which one is it? Because y'all cannot seem to tell exactly what happened. Y'all always be changing the story. Always. Everyone the witnesses who testified against him, their shit was consistent. The only time they weren't consistent was when they kept defending Karmelo Anthony. As soon as all their claims collapsed, that's when they spoke. That's when they started being honest because they knew they were cooked. You're not supposed to lie in court. If you do, you're cooked.
Into now, to people telling you what kind of attorney you should work with.
One of the most important things when it comes to a criminal case is finding a good attorney who can either reduce your sentence drastically or get you off the hook. Unfortunately, that means that evil people get those same rights. However, that attorney was probably the best he was going to get. It was probably the best that he was going to get. Because let's be honest, he was cooked from the start.
And them pointing you to a very specific attorney who clearly did not advocate on y'all behalf.
Oh, well, you know what? The dude tried. The attorney tried. But the defense fell right on its face because, lo and behold, Karmelo Anthony was not innocent. He was a murderer. How can you defend someone who's a murderer in court? I mean, I'm pretty sure, well, obviously we know how. because criminal lawyers make money off of that shit. However, you can't defend someone who actually committed a crime and is guilty of it and is trying to say that they didn't. That's not how that works, man. You would have to have even more corruption for that. And while that already does exist, in this instance, it didn't work. He still got 35 years regardless. Because he actually committed the crime. And the only reason he was sentenced to 35 years and not life in prison without parole, which his sentence would have been, is because he's a minor. And in Texas, federal law prevents minors from serving a life sentence without parole. Unfortunately, the judge was a complete how do I say this? A complete cheesehead, and just sentenced him to 35 years instead of as much as as high as it could possibly go. You know, you folks are liars, man.
Or do what y'all asked him to be doing for your child, all the way through the trial not being able to be public or recorded for the world to know that there was misinformation. Or
there was no misinformation, dude. I think, wasn't it? Not every court case is going to be public information or publicly recorded.
Or to see that Jeff Metcalf and his son that is living looked at Karmelo Anthony and told him to look them in their face.
No, he did. No, they did not. No, they did not. Stop lying. You're believing actual misinformation that's being spread to make Austin Metcalf and his father look bad. Stop it. Stop it. You folks are so gullible that y'all will believe anything you're told. And y'all wonder why y'all keep suffering so much. Because y'all liars and no one wants to deal with y'all.
Boy, when they're talking to him. And let's not forget about the people being dishonest on the stand, especially the young man who invited Karmelo Anthony over to the tent.
Dishonest? In what way were they dishonest? What evidence is there to suggest that they were dishonest? Please, do share with me this evidence, because I would really love to see it. Because surprisingly, it's never been produced. You know why? Because there is no evidence that they were dishonest. It's just a bunch of lies spread by, hood rats who refuse to believe that a convicted murderer murdered somebody. They're making this all about race because that's how they get popular. That's what's popular nowadays, is stirring up a whole goddamn controversy over nothing. Screaming injustice. That's all there is to it. That's because that's what makes them popular now. That's what's popular.
Then pretended like he didn't know him, and then had to have pictures shown of them hanging out together on multiple occasions at his grandmother's birthday party.
What? What are you on about?
Who invites somebody to a grandmother's birthday party that they not cool with like that?
A lot of people. Some people, probably most likely, some people. Matter of fact, I would like to ask you, what kind of a man, what kind of a teen would stab another teen, would stab an innocent teen in the heart, and before that talk all that goddamn crap and go somewhere, and cause all that goddamn trouble? What kind of teen would do that? Oh, I know. A teen that has terrible parents. Or worse, is just straight up evil regardless. Come on, man. Y'all gotta stop with all that shit. Y'all gotta grow up at some point, man. This is getting tiring.
And let's not also forget the fact that people are trying to spread misinformation about this family.
You folks are doing that. No one is spreading misinformation about the family, bud. These folks are liars. They are bad. They are a terrible family, and they enabled their son to do this. Stop it, man. Stop it. They even set up a fraudulent GoFundMe because they couldn't accept that Karmelo Anthony was a murderer.
Saying that they stole money from the GoFundMe when
which they actually did.
they were in protective custody because people were threatening them and doxing them.
No. Threatening them and doxing them, maybe, but that's not exactly why they did that. No. Nope. They were stealing money from the GoFundMe, and all that money they had made from the GoFundMe went to shit it shouldn't have. A vehicle, a flashy little vehicle. What was it, like a SUV or something? I think it was an SUV if I'm not mistaken. A mansion and something else. It didn't go to the case, to the defense. It went straight to things that it shouldn't have. So who's really spreading misinformation? The folks supposedly spreading this quote-unquote misinformation, or you? Or you folks? You folks are spreading misinformation.
To people saying that their son had a public defender and they stole $400,000 when in fact they did not have a public defender.
Actually, first and foremost, they did have a public defender and they did steal $4,000. Come on, dude. You can't be this ignorant.
The man who defended Karmelo Anthony was a public defender back in like 2009, but he's actually a private practice currently, and they were directed to him.
What?
They were also misadvised throughout the entire trial by the person that is supposed to be doing the best for them.
I don't think you know how misadvised works. No, Karmelo Anthony was not misadvised. He was given, advice to just, why do I even have to explain this to you? I don't even understand why I have to, but you folks are just so ignorant that I feel I have to explain this shit to y'all. He was not misadvised. He was given a choice. Plead guilty, which he did. Well, actually, he was found guilty anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. He either had to serve time or continue fighting the case, which I think he's still trying to do, but his appeal was denied anyway. So screw him. I don't understand what you folks want, man. I just don't. What do y'all want? Why don't y'all just go to a completely different country and y'all can cause all the goddamn chaos that y'all want to? We don't want you folks here doing that.
Let me tell y'all something. The media can't tell me nothing about y'all and y'all son.
Oh, really? Oh, really? So we bootlicking, huh? Is that what we doing? It seems like that's what we doing now. Bootlicking? Come on, man. Stop the bootlicking, dude. Stop it. Karmelo Anthony not gonna bend you over. He's not gonna bend you over and make love to you. Stop it, dude. Stop it. He don't know you. He don't care about you. He's a murderer, and he would have killed you too. For God knows what. Probably money. Probably just cause he would have killed you too. So just stop acting like he knows you. And stop acting like the family know you. Because they don't. And they would have used you too. And they're using you anyway.
It's very clear to me who y'all are and how hard y'all have worked for y'all kids. Y'all are great parents.
I sincerely doubt that. And I have a lot of shit to back it up too. But whatever you say, man. Whatever you say.
And this is so unfortunate, and it was all
You have
No, it was not a setup, you liar.
people wanting to send letters to Karmelo while he's sitting in jail. You even have the Anthony family trying to strategize and trying to make sure that they have the ability to get some money together so that they can get an appeals attorney to help Karmelo. But they've run into a problem, and the problem is their Give Send Go page had been taken down.
Yep, and I can imagine why. Because he was found guilty, and obviously they're trying to obstruct justice, which is a crime. by undermining the justice system. It's one thing to ask for a GoFundMe for a lawyer or for defense, against a false accusation or whatever have you. But once you are convicted of a crime, after being proven to have committed that crime, a violent crime anyway, that's it. You don't get to undermine the justice. You don't get to undermine the law, the justice system, and obstruct justice because your feelings are getting in the way of your judgment. You can be mad all you want to. That's perfectly fine. If you want to be mad about a murderer, getting the consequences of his actions, whatever. Do whatever. But you can't try to undermine the law or obstruct justice, which is the same thing anyway, because you don't like that a murderer was punished for committing murder. I can only imagine, what these people would say about God when they find out that he also doesn't condone murder and he actually condemns it and forbids it, regardless of race. I can already see it. God is with the KKK. God has decided to God somewhere along the lines has decided to go against us black folks, in favor of white supremacy. God was probably a white supremacist all along. I can already hear those anchovies just having meltdowns when they find out that one of the 10 commandments is forbids murder. And guess what? There's nothing they can do about it. Because while God has the most goddamn mercy, as well as his son, more mercy than anything, than any human, than any organism, any thinking entity in existence. I mean, it's only him and his adversary and the angels and stuff. That's about it. There's nothing else. Just him and his adversary. And his adversary is not even a god. Not even close. His adversary is just an evil spirit. Just a demon that's worse than the other ones. Than every other demon. He's just a fallen angel. He's not he's not Hades, and he's certainly not Zeus. He's not Poseidon either. He's just that, an evil entity that's just really a demon. The worst of them all. However, I can only imagine the reactions, those people will have when they find out that God forbids murder. Like I said, though, God has a lot of mercy, just as much as his son does. And he's not going to strike them with lightning. He'll probably have lightning in close proximity to them if he really feels like it. He doesn't just do that for show. Usually he only ever does that when you're doing something stupid and he wants you to stop. Because he keeps giving you warnings and you keep failing. You keep ignoring him. Or not even paying any mind. But yeah, this is crazy, man. I think it's like almost halfway in the video, I'm not sure. But I'm gonna end the video right here. 2 hours and 2 hours and a half. Well, just a little over that, but yeah. There's definitely gonna be a second part to this, so stay tuned. Can't believe it. 2 hours versus 17 minutes and 16 seconds. Not to mention 34 minutes and 47 seconds. Just over half an hour. A little over. But You know, as always, what do you guys think about this whole situation? You know, I think we already know though. We know the drill. You know that this is why you don't condone murder. This is exactly why you don't encourage or embrace it. This kind of lifestyle, this kind of culture has to stop. It really does. Because Carmelo Anthony was not innocent at all. He was guilty. He is guilty. He murdered someone. He murdered a boy. You know, a teen. Anyway, he murdered a teen for no reason. Just straight up took his life, just like that. And he instigated. He was the instigator. Carmelo Anthony was the instigator. So he was not innocent in what he did at all. Austin Metcalf didn't instigate him. He didn't do anything to provoke a Carmelo Anthony to kill him. And even then, it's not like Austin Metcalf is some weirdo or some child, child lover. You know what I mean, or anything like that. Austin Metcalf didn't do anything wrong, and neither did his father. His father forgives Carmelo Anthony, and it really does take a lot for someone to forgive, you know, a cold-blooded evil murderer who took the life of their child. You know, this is ridiculous, man. But props to Austin Metcalf's father, and God bless him. Because even after that, he forgave Carmelo Anthony. He proved that he's stronger than every one of these. He's stronger than every one of those unhinged, uncivilized, murderous animals. He is stronger than them. He doing the Lord's work. So shout out to him, and God bless him. I tell you, them folks is playing with fire. They looking for a reaction from him anyway, but they ain't gonna get one. The only thing they gonna get is crapped on. That's all they gonna get. But that was that was the first half of the video. I think it's the first half, not sure. But I want to know what you guys think, and the second half will come, you know, sometime tomorrow, hopefully. If not, maybe the day after tomorrow. Um, so, like, subscribe, leave a comment, whatever. You don't have to. If you want, you can, but you don't have to. And shout out to Ruin Leon for this, cooking as usual. I thank God for people like Ruin Leon. I really do. But Colby Lawson is out, folks.